Osama bin Laden, he's the guy who did it. Think of the programming over and over and over. We said it, we said it, we said it. Yet there was really no evidence, huh? We've got these guys, they're 19 hijackers, they did all this from a cave. Let's take a look at the video of Building 7, and I'm going to try something for you. Here we go. While Building 7 falls down, I want you to remember these words. It's a Jedi mind trick. This is not controlled demolition. This is not controlled demolition. It takes 6 seconds for the building to fall. This is not controlled demolition. Is it working yet? Do you believe me? This is not controlled demolition. These are not the droids you're looking for. And with a little bit of that, let's whip a little Obama Jedi mind on you. Here you go.
The time, 1977. The place, Honolulu, Hawaii. Inside this movie theater, a teenage Barack Obama has a life-changing moment.
Watch this, Barry.
Yeah, this is where Obi-Wan Kenobi does the Jedi mind trick.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
Awesome. I wish I could do that.
For years, he tried to perfect his Jedi powers.
I wasn't speeding.
But to no avail.
Aw, man.
Then he campaigned for President of the United States.
I was not in church on the day Reverend Wright said those things.
You were not in church that day.
There's nothing in my relationship with Tony Rezko that in any way relates to the corruption trial he's involved in right now.
An innocent relationship.
I won't wear that pin on my chest.
That's not unpatriotic at all.
I inhaled frequently. That was the point.
Past drug use, no problem.
Hope.
Hope.
Change.
Change.
Oprah.
Oprah.
Wow. Jedi mind tricks really do work.
So, do you think Obama knows the Jedi mind trick? Here's one I want you to try. This is October 27th. He's running for the presidency of the United States. What's the first thing he's going to do when he gets into office?
I will promise you this, that if we have not gotten our troops out by the time I am president, it is the first thing I will do. I will get our troops home. We will bring an end to this war. You can take that to the bank.
Yeah, these are not the droids you were looking for. Can we show Building 7 again? Because it's on my shirt, too. Remember these words. This is not controlled demolition. This is not controlled demolition. Yeah, so how do you program people? Oh, and the building collapsing in 6 seconds, straight down symmetrically? These are not the droids you're looking for. One more news, because this might be news for you viewers who may not have believed, but more than 1,000 architects and engineers officially demand a new 9/11 investigation. That's right, so don't forget, there are pilots for 9/11 Truth, architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth. There are scholars for 9/11 Truth, and I recommend you go to their websites, because you should ask for 9/11 Truth. Why shouldn't you? Why should you get a commission? Isn't this just like the, Warren Commission? Don't they cover things up when they create commissions? Yeah, is that way they can control? You see, now 6 of the 10 commissioners said they were lied to. Do you believe that? Can you believe that 6 of the 10 9/11 commissioners state that they were lied to? Can you frame the debate? Once again, can you set up the programming for us? And I'll ask you. You programmed yet? So once again, 1,000 architects and engineers. Show them. What does it take for you to break that programming? Think for yourself maybe in the future. All right, here's a good one. We're going to go on some money things. We'll end it up with some happy follow the money stuff, and that is, we got lawsuit. Goldman Sachs, they're being sued. Why? Because their bonuses exceed their earnings. Don't believe me? Take a look at it. Okay? Their bonuses exceed their earnings. Come on. We got huge unemployment. Okay, we got 37 million people on food stamps. Foreclosures are through the roof. And we can afford to give you bonuses more than we made money for. That's why they're being sued by their own shareholders. How about this one? Take a look at this picture. JP Morgan, this is, check it out. They've got record bonuses. And the banks needed bailout, right? Yeah, these are not the banks you're looking for. You have to break that conditioning, folks. Okay, I want to end with this one, and this is a gentleman you got to meet. A gentleman you need to know, Cass Sunstein. Why is he important? Because he's Obama's information czar. What's an information czar? Well, here's what I want you to consider. Obama information czar calls for banning free speech. He's your information czar. Okay, so anyway, he writes a paper. Here's the cover sheet for it, called, Conspiracy Theories. And you know what he writes on page 14, right, of his paper? He says, well, the government might ban conspiracy theorizing. Oh my God, now the government can ban what you think about. He's the information czar. Why don't we give him control of the internet? Why don't we give him control of the newspapers? I'm not kidding you. This is what he writes. He writes a white paper on it. Okay? And you'll love this one. Government might impose some kind of tax, financial or otherwise. What's an otherwise tax? On those who disseminate such theories. It's kind of interesting because here's some of his stuff. Obama's information czar wants to tax and ban outright as to make illegal political opinions the government doesn't approve of. Wouldn't Himmler and Hitler have loved this? How about Mao, Stalin? I think they did this. Gets better, though. This, once again, is the guy he made as the information czar. Now, understand, the two previous government people in charge of, when I say information, the government web folks, they both resigned. They said the Pentagon was taking over and they wouldn't put their name on. Check it out. They resigned. These were probably great Americans. Gosh, you probably don't remember Fox Fallon. He was a Navy admiral who resigned. That was back when Bush and Cheney were in and they wanted to paint up boats to look like Iranian patrol boats and have them attack our ships so we could justify bombing Iran. Remember, this is not the weapons of mass destruction you're looking for, and they're telling you, Iran, weapons of mass, Gosh, the programming is sick. So, real quick, Sunstein also cites the belief that global warming is a deliberate fraud. That's a conspiracy theory. Even though I showed you that the IPCC said, we got it wrong, even though I showed you Antarctica's got 43% more ice, the information czar would tax you, eventually arrest you. You're not thinking the way you're supposed to. This one, we can imagine circumstances in which conspiracy theory became so pervasive and so dangerous, this is from his white paper, that censorship would be thinkable. That's right, in the land with freedom of speech. So anyway, here's a little clip on Sunstein. Play this one. This is him on the Second Amendment.
Well, in terms of judicial developments, it is striking and noteworthy that well over 2 centuries since the founding, the Supreme Court has never suggested that the Second Amendment protects an individual right to have guns. Not once. It would be amazing, though, given that fact, though don't be surprised if the first time it happens is in the next 3 or 4 years.
So as a viewer, maybe you don't believe in the Bill of Rights. Maybe the Constitution isn't important to you. Maybe a rule of law is not important. But it does say in the second one, the right to keep and bear arms. You listen to what your next Supreme Court Justice nominee, probably, this Cass, and I mean ass, Sunstein. You just heard what he thinks. We can take away the people's rights to arms in about 3 years. Give us time. This is why you need to wake up from the conditioning. Wake up from the programming. Shake yourselves. Start asking questions. Okay? Cass Sunstein. Once again, his conspiracy paper. It's only about 30 pages. Read it. This is the guy who's going to be the information czar. He's going to control what you can say. And if he doesn't like what you say, we're going to tax you. Pretty soon they're going to arrest you. Remember the no-fly list, soon to be a no-buy list. This are all the pieces. Do you see the coming together? Just a possibility. So don't forget, you Second Amendment enthusiasts, and few people out there, by the way, the Constitution doesn't defend itself. You, the viewer, you out there, you're the one who has to take and make a move. You're going to stand up. That's right, Matt. It's you on your 2 legs that has to stand up.